Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Everyone, we got four down. Yellow.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 1 brings up third down and 11.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Hardman. The 30, past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Recon, 132 fighter, 60 outlaw, fire.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Jones, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Go! Let's go! I don't need to. I don't need to. Let's go! Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. Move.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal.
53 is the mic. Alpha. 53 is the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Check. 53 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
First down, Minnesota.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rippin on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw it is Rippin. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They will throw on 3rd down with Rippin. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here's Hill on the return. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Attack, attack! Attack!
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's McCoy. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. For the younger fans watching this, you might think Vikings-Chiefs and not see a lot of history in this game, but this is part of the NFL 100 series because these two teams met way back in Super Bowl IV with the Chiefs winning their first and only Super Bowl title. The Vikings, of course, still yet to win a title, even though they nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Rippon on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for KC, 41 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
At the 32-yard line.
Watch the shift.
Here's McCoy. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's Hill, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down, Minnesota.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 2.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. At a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 48-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 53 the mic.
Hey, rock it. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, Haywood.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this one fielded at the 5.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 42. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be first and 5.
I got it. Slam.
From the gun, ripping. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Five.
Now rip it. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Ripping to pass. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
Ready.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
53 is the mic. All you get is a headache. Check.
Looking to throw on first down is Rippon. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch the slant. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53.
Out of the gun is Rippon. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 10th carry now for McCoy. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Yellow. All right, 80.
Tight right. 4 down.
Hey, rip left.
4 down.
Right.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Dancing to it, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. As we mentioned, here's older brother Dustin Colquitt to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the double.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Lets it fly for Thielen. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
Yellow.
Nice 7. Let's go.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, and even 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now McCoy. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, Jet, get it.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Rippon. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rippon. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards.
so much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll drop the throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Let's go.
Cook. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In your face. Yep.
Ready?
To throw it is Rippon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. McCoy down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 6. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Now McCoy. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator is going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down, 4 down. Check.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards. Moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. On the run, Darkwa. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Jim.
Protein spill. Snap.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
We got 4.